Hello and welcome everyone to the Pennsylvania Association for College Admission Counseling Keystone Virtual College Exploration. This program is a partnership between PACAC and StriveScan for all Pennsylvania students. My name is Liz Frasini. I'm a college counselor at Wyoming Seminary, and I'm also the chair of the College Affairs Committee for PACAC. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. For the panelists, for the attendees in the session this evening, the Q&A box at the bottom of the screen is the best way to submit questions for the panelists. Also, your microphones and cameras will be muted throughout the duration of the program as it's a webinar feature. You signed up today for this session on the PACAC website. That's where you can also view additional sessions for our program through November 6th. And you can also view a recording of this session after today's live presentation at the same website. That website is www.pacac.org/virtual. And now I will turn it over to your presenters for today.
Thank you so much. Hi, good evening. My name is Daniel Perez, and I am the VP of Enrollment at Manor College. I would like to thank you for spending your Sunday night here with us. And I'm going to continue to introduce our colleagues. So next is going to be Katie.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited that you're here. My name is Katie Mert, and I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Manor College. We have a lot of great information for you tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to my colleague, Michael.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Michael Redondo. I'm an admissions counselor at Manor College, and I'm also a former alumni. So again, thanks for joining us. Hope we can answer all of your questions. And lastly, I'm going to turn it over to my colleague.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Jessica, Senior Admissions Counselor at Manor College, and I review all dental hygiene applications, GED students, transfer students, and international students. So I'm going to actually get us started. Okay, so again, welcome to our presentation. So just to get us started, we were founded in 1947 by the Sisters of St. Basil the Great. We are a Catholic school. You do not have to be Catholic to attend classes with us. We are located 30 minutes outside of Center City, Pennsylvania, and we are located in Jenkintown. So our enrollment is about 700 students, which is broken up in between 68% female and 32% male. We have about 43 countries represented. So again, just to tie in the Catholic aspect, we have 43 countries represented with lots of different backgrounds and cultures. So we do have a wide representation. Also, we have on-campus housing. So why choose Manor? So our class sizes are 12 to 1. We have no lecture halls on our campus. You get personalized attention from the moment you start your application with us. You already met Kate, Mike, and Daniel. There's about 2 other counselors in our office plus our office manager. So we work very closely together. By the time you're done just in our office, you're gonna know everybody. Also, again, personalized education from the start of starting with us. 12 to 1 class sizes, no lecture halls. Your professors are going to know who you are. We have a receptionist, and she's been working at Manor for many years, and she makes coffee for all of the students. And if you live on campus, she's your mailroom. So we have very, very personalized family feel here at Manor. Also, hands-on experience behind the text, that is our dental hygiene program. So what's really great is we have a dental clinic for our dental hygiene and expanded functions dental assisting groups. So it's a student-run clinic where students have to bring in age groups of all different, like toddlers to grandparents. And what's really great is that if maybe they don't bring in their family members, it's affordable health care for the community. It's $20 to get your teeth cleaned. So while the students are getting their clinical hours, they're also getting affordable health care for the community. Also, we have our veterinary technology program, which we have a barn on campus. We have about 5 horses of our own. We're affiliated with Abington Farm, which is down the street, and that has horses or cattle and sheep and other larger animals. And then your second year, you're working with cats, dogs, mice, rabbits. You're working in our surgery room, our x-ray radiology lab. So very hands-on experience from the moment you start with us. We also have free tutoring. So if you are struggling in a class, like me, I've always struggled in math pretty much my whole life. So if you need extra help in that math class or that science class or anything along those lines, it is free tutoring. You just sign up for an appointment with either a student who has taken the class and excelled in it, or a professional tutor who excelled in their field. And if you are an awesome student who wants to help and tutor students as well, you could do that too. We also have 24/7 security, and we were voted the safest campus 5 years in a row. So we are a very safe campus as well as a very safe area. We have a few shopping centers around our campus, so it's very easy and safe to walk to a Starbucks or Wendy's or movie theaters or anything like that. Also, we have our tuition that covers your textbooks, except for dental hygiene, veterinary technology, and expanded functions dental assisting. Your textbooks are covered in the tuition. So you don't have to worry about buying textbooks, which will save you about $500 to $1,000 every semester. As well as we are easily accessible from public transportation. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm not really sure how to catch public transportation, but the 24 and the 28 bus brings you right to our campus. So if you know how to catch that, it'll bring you right to us. And also free parking. So in addition to the tuition covering your textbooks, you do not have to buy a parking pass, which alone would, if it was the school I went to, it would save you about $300 a year. So we don't nick you for all of those little expenses. We really try to make everything a flat rate for you. So the application process. So if you are a senior right now, you could fill out your free application. You go to manor.edu/apply. And the application probably takes about 10 minutes. So what happens is you'll fill out the free application. And then once we have your high school transcripts, we're able to give you a decision except for dental hygiene. So we are what's called rolling admissions. So you can apply from now up until August of 2021, which we don't recommend, but we do have that option. And with dental hygiene, the deadline's February 1st to complete your application. So we're rolling admissions for every program except dental hygiene. So to complete your application, we just need your high school transcript, and SATs and ACTs are optional. Essay is optional except for dental hygiene and vet tech. And then letters of recommendation are optional except for dental hygiene. So besides dental hygiene, you could receive a decision within 2 weeks of completing your application. So once we get your high school transcripts and any other documents needed, if you're applying for dental hygiene or vet tech, we could give you a decision within 2 weeks. And then for dental hygiene, we could review your application after February 1st. So to go into details, if you are applying for any business or liberal arts major, we require at least a 2.0 GPA. So that's business administration, psychology, education, liberal arts, any of those programs. And if you're applying for vet tech, we just need a 3.0 GPA. And SATs are optional at this time, as well as we'll just need a 250-word essay on why you're interested in vet tech. And then for dental hygiene, we would need at least a 3.0 GPA. We are SAT optional at this time. We'll just need an essay with 250 words on why you want to be a dental hygienist, 2 letters of recommendation. So that is what's required for those programs. But if you're interested in one of our allied health programs, like pre-nursing, pre-radiology, we need a 2.7 GPA. So again, we are rolling admissions. So if you guys apply today, we'll give you a decision at least until 2 weeks from now. So we could give you a decision before Halloween. So I am going to wrap up here. And Daniel, if you want to just turn on your camera.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jess.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate it. And one thing that we want to talk about next is going to be our programs. We do have a pretty vast amount of programs. And you're going to be able to see that at Manor College, you will be able to, number one, stack your credentials. We offer associate's degree programs. We also offer bachelor's degree programs. And for other students, we offer certifications, right? So we have multiple divisions. So we have 4 different divisions. And I'm going to, once again, I don't want to cover every single one of them or read out loud every single, so to say, division or program that we have. But you can see that we have associate degree programs in the Division of Business and Professional Studies. Some of those are going to include accounting, business administration, criminal justice, healthcare administration, management, marketing, paralegal, etc. Right? Then the other associate degree programs that we have, they're going to be in the Division of Arts and Sciences. So those aren't going to include engineering, which is really, really popular. It's really good. The field is actually growing, right? As we are trying to, once again, educate you about those programs. Once again, don't feel shy about asking questions on the chat or send us an email later on about every specific program that we may have at Manor, including on those, so to say, in the Division of Arts and Sciences. We also have the pre-science program, pre-nursing, psychology, and then those are the bachelor's programs that we have at the bottom, right? Those bachelor's programs, they're going to include the health services in dental hygiene, in expanded functions dental assisting, entrepreneurship, or pre-law. Now, every single, so to say, associate program or bachelor's program is going to include an internship or an externship. And that's what's going to give you the experience so you can actually, once again, apply all your education, take it into the real world, and more likely get that well-rounded education that Manor College gives you. The next slide is going to talk about the other divisions that we have at Manor College as well. And those, so to say, those programs that we have, they're going to be in the Division of Business and Professional Studies. Now, these are the bachelor's degrees right here that we have, right? Those are going to be general business, business analytics, computer and information systems, right? Which those are anything that has to do with IT, general management, healthcare management, which is really popular. Sport management is really important as well. As our professors, they do have real experience, right, in the field. A lot of them have actually worked, right, in sports field with the Phillies, with Eagles. Other ones, as we spoke about in the past, the veterinary practice management, which that's going to be, so to say, the completion degree for the veterinary technicians. Then we have a lot of criminal justice degrees, and of course, public policy. Also, we have the early childhood education programs, the associates, and the bachelor's degrees. Now, having said that, with those programs, it gives you the real experience. I do know for a fact that our professors, they give you that experience with their internships, externships, and also the class information that they do, because they're professionals on the field as well. A lot of them, they're currently working on the areas that they teach. So it is important that when you come to Manor College, you're not just going to be learning from textbook, you're also going to be learning from real life experience. Once again, and I'm going to repeat this again, in order for us to give you more information about your specific program, feel free to send us an email at admissions@manor.edu, schedule a video call, or we can actually text as well, So I'm going to turn it over to our Assistant Director of Admissions, Katie Mert, which she's going to be able, I'm so sorry. There's actually one more slide, okay, which is going to be the Division of Allied Health. Those are going to be the associate's degree that we actually spoke about, okay? And the dental hygiene program, Jess actually mentioned that we have a dental clinic, okay? Now, dental clinic, once again, it's open to the public. The expanded functions dental assistant, they go side by side, okay, with the dental hygiene program. Now, the difference between dental hygiene and expanded functions dental assistant is that dental hygiene, once again, they clean, and expanded functions dental assistant, they restore teeth, okay? They do carving, fillings, and of course, any other type of cosmetics. And the veterinary technology program, you actually have here one of our courses. His name is Huey. And we do have 5 teaching courses at Manor College. And as Jess mentioned, we do have a barn. And then after that, our students actually take care of the courses at the barn. So once again, real life experience. As I mentioned in the past, we have stackable credentials because you can get multiple degrees, right? That they're going to be able to help one another. They build from one another. They work for certificates that those are actually available as well. Now, the 3+3 law program, that one is actually unique, and we left that one right at the end. Why? Because you can actually do 3 years at Manor College plus an additional 3 years at Widener School of Law, and that's actually going to be your 6 years right there in order for you to be able to once again graduate from law school. Okay, we also have great partnerships with nursing schools, and that's going to be the 2+2 nursing programs. Okay, we have multiple partnerships with different institutions across the area. Some of them are going to be LaSalle University and Holy Family University as well. Now, when you actually study here at Manor, you're going to receive guidance with an academic advisor. When you sign up for classes, you're going to do that one-on-one advising, right? Don't think that you're actually going to be picking your classes all by yourself. And last, we also have that professional career counseling from our Career Center, which is going to be basically the type of information and the level of education that we want to give you and point you into the right direction. A lot of times students, especially freshmen, when they go to a college, they truly don't know what career they got to find or what program they have to pursue. At Manor College, we want to be able to get you connected with our doctors, professors, faculty, in order for them to be able to advise you onto the right career. And next, I believe it will be our Assistant Director of Admissions, Katie Mert.
Everybody, thank you so much, Danny, for the reintroduction. And I'm going to take over now for the financial aid portion of the presentation. So I know financial aid can sometimes be a little bit dry and maybe even a little bit scary, but I'm going to break it down for you and hopefully make it a little bit more exciting than the name initially sounds. So that's Manny, our mascot, right here on this slide. Manny is a Blue Jay. So Manor College, we are home of the Blue Jays. Manny is our Manor Blue Jay, and you will see him all over campus all the time. He loves pictures, so anytime you're on campus, make sure you get a picture of Manny. Manny also loves it when you complete your financial aid on time. So we're going to head to the next slide for some great information on what the financial aid process is going to look like for you, okay? So a lot of you have probably heard the word Fafsa before, right? The Fafsa is the free application for federal student aid. So Fafsa is an acronym, and that application for federal student aid, again, the keyword there is federal. So this is an application that you fill out with the federal government that initiates your financial aid process, okay? So it's really important that you complete this in a timely manner, and if you have questions along the way, you ask for help, because we are working with the government. Again, that's a federal form, so we want to make sure that we get everything taken care of and that you don't feel confused or lost at any step of the way. And everybody that you've spoken with here tonight or that you've heard from here tonight on our admissions team, in addition to members of our financial aid team, we are here for you during that process. So you don't have to go it alone. We'll help you every step of the way. So step one is going to be to get that Fafsa application completed. So on October 1st, which is a few days behind us now, the Fafsa went live for the next upcoming year. So you can currently, if you're a senior in high school, start your Fafsa process for your college entry term next year, next fall. And so you want to make sure you fill out your Fafsa every year that you're in college. So unfortunately, it's not a one and done. It's something that you repeat every year. But luckily, after you get the first year under your belt, it gets a little easier each time. It's a little less intimidating. When you're filling out your Fafsa, you do want to have some information in front of you that's going to make it a little bit easier to complete everything. And some of that information is going to be a parent or guardian's prior year W-2 and filed tax forms. So when I say prior year, that means 2 years prior to the term that you're going to be starting school. So you need that tax information to input into the Fafsa, and you also want to make sure that you add any school that you'd like to send that Fafsa application to. Obviously, you're going to want to send it to Manor College when you're filling out your application for Manor. So we do have a dedicated Fafsa code. If you want to take a picture of this slide, you're welcome to. That code is 003294. It's all over our website, and you can always call us if you forget that. But this would be a great opportunity to take a quick picture of this slide so that you always have that number. Once you complete that application, what's going to happen next is that the federal government's going to receive the information that you put into the form, and then they're going to send that information to us over at Manor College to our financial aid office. Once we receive that information, you are going to be given a financial aid package from us. So we're going to use the information that you put into the Fafsa, and we're going to create a financial aid award letter for you, okay? So that financial aid award letter is going to come after your admissions decision has been made. So doing the financial aid process and the application for admission process kind of happens simultaneously, right? So you may be applying for admission to the college and applying for financial aid at the same time. And even though they're in two different systems, they do happen at the same time, and we're here to help with both steps. So after you receive your admissions decision from us, after you've been accepted to Manor College, you'll receive your financial aid award letter, and then you'll want to review that. So the financial aid award letter is going to have all of the different types of aid that you may be eligible for and can apply towards your college tuition or your bill. So that's going to be important for you to take a look and verify what type of aid you want to take out, and you want to, again, apply toward that bill. Financial aid comes in a few different forms, right? So there are loans. Loans are money that you borrow and pay back later on. There are grants, which is money that's gifted to you, or scholarships, which typically are attached to some type of requirement that you may need to meet, either with your academic merit or by meeting certain parameters by being involved in different organizations or applying for different majors, those types of things. So between loans, grants, and scholarships, that's what makes up a financial aid package. And you'll see all of those things that you may be eligible for on your award letter. So in order to accept any type of aid that you are being awarded, you have to complete your entrance counseling and your master promissory note. These steps can be completed with our financial aid team. So again, I just want to reiterate, you are not alone in this process. I don't expect you to remember every single thing that I'm saying right now and then apply it later on with, on your own without any help. We are here to assist you through this process. So at any time you can contact our office. We can do a one-on-one appointment with you to walk you through these steps and make sure that we get you to the finish line so you don't feel like you're lost along the way. Once you complete your entrance counseling and that master promissory note, you'll want to accept and adjust any items. So anything that you're receiving in your financial aid package, you can choose to accept it or say, no, thank you, I'm going to decline this and I'll accept this form of aid. That's totally up to you. And of course, depending on what type of aid you receive can determine whether or not you want to take that aid and use it for your bill. So we'll assist you with that whole process. The most important thing is to make sure that you are paying attention to deadlines. So you want to make sure that you file your Fafsa no later than May 1st of every year. May 1st is, for Pennsylvania residents, the deadline to submit your Fafsa in order to be considered for the full amount of aid that you could be eligible for. So there are grants that come from the state, like the FIA grant. You may have heard that term before, FIA, and that May 1st deadline is very strict if you wish to be considered for the FIA grant, and that's for students that live in Pennsylvania, just like you. So make sure May 1st you pay attention to that deadline, and we'll be in touch with you to make sure that you don't forget that either. So we're going to hop to the next slide to talk a little bit more about what tuition and fees look like at Manor College. Manor College, for being a private institution, is very affordable, and as my colleague Jess mentioned earlier, we work really hard to make sure that there's not a lot of nickel and dime costs that pop up for you along the way. So college is really an investment into your future. So when we talk about these numbers, we're talking about the sticker price of what the investment looks like for your investment into a Manor College education, and this is before any financial aid is applied. So we just talked about the financial aid process and how you can figure out what type of aid you're eligible for. The numbers you're looking at here on this screen are the tuition and fees for this year with zero financial aid applied. So of course, after you get your financial aid package, these numbers will come down. And of course, depending on whether or not you choose to live on campus or live off campus and commute, that will influence your overall cost of attendance as well. So our tuition this year is just over $17,000. Again, that's for the whole year. So you break that down into 2 different semesters. And then if you are living on campus, it's an additional $8,200 for the year to live on campus in our residence hall. There's also an additional technology fee that covers the cost of your technology access and different services that you'll receive on campus that are kind of like student perks. So if you're going to be living on campus, the total estimated cost is going to be a little over $26,000 for a resident student. And for a student that's commuting to campus and not living on campus, it's going to be just over $18,000 for the year. Again, this is before any financial aid is applied. So that's why financial aid is so important, because if you don't complete the financial aid process and you don't submit your Fafsa, the numbers that you see here are just, again, the sticker price without about any financial aid discounts. So we want to make sure we get that financial aid completed. If you are enrolling into one of our allied health programs that have lab associated costs and things like that, there may be additional fees that apply, but of course that's going to depend on what your major is and whether or not that applies to you. So we're going to go ahead and hop to the next slide and talk a little bit about the magic word scholarship that obviously everybody wants to know about as a part of the financial aid process, because as you know, scholarships are monies that are given to you that you don't need to pay back. So it's not a loan. And so that's definitely something that you want to be paying attention to, because that's a great way to help finance your education is through scholarship. So Manor College is lucky enough to be able to award merit-based scholarships from our institution. So scholarships can come from many different places. Manor College has some scholarships set aside that comes directly from the school to our students that is set aside for students that are achieving very high academically. So if you're a strong student with strong academic credentials, you may be eligible for one of our merit-based scholarships. You do not need to submit a separate application to be considered for an institutional scholarship at Manor College. So when you apply for admission to Manor and your application is reviewed for admission, you'll also be automatically reviewed for scholarship. So that's great. One less application for you to do. When your admissions counselor is reviewing your application, they will let you know when you're admitted. They'll also let you know whether or not you will be awarded a scholarship based on your academic credentials. So you'll be notified automatically as well. Scholarships are awarded on a case-by-case basis. So at Manor College, we review everything holistically. We use the word holistic to mean we're looking at you as a whole person, right, as a whole picture. So we do have some merit requirements that we're looking at when we are awarding scholarship, but of course we review every student individually and we treat you like an individual in the review process, not just for your application for admission, but also for scholarship eligibility. So our highest scholarship is the Presidential Scholarship, and you can see the GPA and SAT requirements there, and that is in the amount of $5,000 for the year. The second highest scholarship is the Founders Scholarship, and that is in the amount of $3,500 for the year. And then we have the St. Macrina Scholarship in the amount of $2,500 for the year. So we are looking again for students that are performing very strong academically. And so you want to make sure that even in your senior year, you're working really hard to keep your grades up, because even if you think that by senior year it's kind of time to relax and chill and you've done all the hard work already, if you consistently work hard, you could still be eligible for scholarship at Manor when you're applying. So it's really important to make sure that you stay the course and continue to work hard. And we're going to pop over to the next slide to talk a little bit more about scholarship opportunities that come from outside of the institution. So of course, if you earn a scholarship from a source that's outside of Manor College, you can apply it to your Manor College bill. So that's really exciting, because you may be eligible for scholarships from your place of employment, or maybe where your parents work. Sometimes employers have scholarship programs for their employees' children. There's also some wonderful scholarship search engines that you can explore, like fastweb.com, collegeboard.com, scholly.com, and all of these search engines will help you plug things in about yourself that will help figure out what scholarships may be available to you based on certain qualifications you may meet. There are scholarships for just about everything. I know of a scholarship for students that are left-handed. There are scholarships for students that are pursuing certain degrees that may be participating in certain types of clubs, things like Key Club or Interact, or things like that, community service organizations. So if you earn any outside scholarship outside of Manor College, you can apply that to your Manor College tuition bill, which is great. And so I encourage you to take a look at all of that, because again, that's free money and it's definitely worth your time. Even if you spend 2 or 3 hours searching for a scholarship and you happen to get a $500 scholarship, for 3 hours of work, you made $500. That's a pretty good deal. So it's worth your time to do a little bit of that research on the outside. And if you do have questions about that, or you would like to learn more about where you can search for outside scholarship opportunities, we can always assist you with that. You can reach out to us at any time. All right, we're going to go to the next slide where I'm going to introduce my colleague, Michael Redondo. He's going to talk a little bit more about student activities and campus life. And as he mentioned before, he is an alumni, so he knows a little bit about the student experience at Manor as well. So Mike, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Cool, thank you, Katie. So as she mentioned, I'm here to talk about the student activities and campus life and share a little bit of my personal experience and add it to what we've added, from recent years. So after attending in 2013, we were a 2-year school at junior college, and we played in the NJCAA. and I'll talk about it like shortly after this slide and give you a little bit more details. But these are just some of the clubs that we offer in our student activities life, as well as part of our majors. We have a sports management, Rotaract, Bible study, just to name a few. But we have about 35 clubs, and you can also start your own if you don't see it. Ashley, who's great, is our student activities coordinator. You just need 5 signatures and a sponsor, and you can get your club started with us. So one thing that we do have at Manor is our students definitely have a voice. So you can always start your own and introduce new things to us. So I also want to talk about the horse care team Danny might have mentioned. So our horse care team is part of the VetTech program. They are in charge of cleaning up the stable and making sure the horses get fed and also get their meds. Say if we are in charge of making sure that they're well nurtured. Sports management is probably one that I'm very interested in. So JP Lutz, who's in charge of our sports management program, he did work for the Eagles selling premium luxury seats. And now every year they go down to the link. They have a panel discussion with some of the workers, very hands-on, as we mentioned earlier too. So you can kind of get that one-on-one attention with your professors and
Hey, Mikey.
get that experience out in the real world.
I believe
Another one that they do
some technical
is
difficulties
go to the
with your audio.
facility in Camden, New Jersey, and there they have a lot of them.
So I will continue. You know, it seems like we're having really few technical difficulties with Mikey's audio.
Workers,
At the end of the day, it is 2020, and you guys know how much every single one of us has struggled at some point in time. It seems like Mikey's audio was actually breaking up, and of course, we want to be able to give you Mikey's experience. But the beauty about this is that, guess what, guys? I'm actually a Manor grad as well. So Michael Redondo and I, we graduated from Manor College many years ago. I will not tell you when. However, as Michael was mentioning, these are actually some of the things, the few things that we have to offer virtually, because on campus, or once you actually speak with someone, we have a lot more to offer. Just to recap, the bird feed and the food pantry is actually something that we have for our students, right? Because once again, there's no questions asked about the type of, so to say, help that we want to be able to give you. The counseling services, it offers professional and personal counseling, okay? So once again, you can actually go there for someone, a professional, to be able to point you into the right direction personally or professionally, right? Because a lot of times, as a college student, you may be dealing with a lot of changes, whether it is living on campus at Manor College, or commuting, or dealing with all the stress that you may be able to have on how to balance your personal life. The fitness center is something really cool that we have at Manor. It actually got created about 2 years ago, and it's an area that our students actually can go and work out. Once again, health services. We have a nurse on campus that will be able to take care of you in case you have any questions. Disability services. Once again, we want to be able to make any accommodations that you may have, if you need any, in order for us to be able to make that learning experience as pleasant as possible for you or some students. Now, the music club, of course, these are actually clubs that we have in order for you to be able to join some of those clubs. Same with the Sport Management Association. As Michael mentioned, Professor JP Lutz, he's actually the one that takes you to see or kind of like Phillies game, an Eagles game, once again, a professional team in the Philadelphia area. Now, the Student Senate, of course, these are actually our students, which we have, so to say, that student government, right? Our president, vice president, and then, of course, an association that we have. And they actually have a voice at Manor College. Let me tell you one quick story, about the Student Senate. So at Manor College, we didn't have, so to say, campus buses, okay? So we didn't have, so to say, a method of transportation. And they actually did a research about how much would it cost for the campus to basically buy 2 big buses. And guess what? We actually have 2 now because of them. Also, they were the ones that created and promoted the bird feed food pantry. Why? Because they realized that, once again, students have to go through a lot. So the student government actually, the student senate actually create a lot on campus. The horse care team is for the VETEC students and not just for them. If someone actually has passion about, animal care, they can actually join the club without having to be in the VETEC program, okay? Of course, we have a ton of intramural sports, and our athletic director, John Dempster, he has done a tremendous job about improving our athletic programs and, of course, the intramural sports as well. So yeah, there's a lot that we can actually do. Michael mentioned that you need 5 students at least, a signature, and a sponsor for you to be able to start a club, okay? And that's going to be through our director of student engagement. So continuing about this athletics, now this is going to be for the athletes that truly want to play a little bit more competitive. And when I say a little, it's actually a lot, right? Because there's a lot of commitment, right? So we have a lot of men's sports right here that we offer at Manor. Those are going to be baseball, basketball, cross country, soccer, indoor track and field, and outdoor track and field. They actually run on 2 different seasons, okay? And the women's sports that we have for our female athletes, they're going to be basketball, cross country, soccer, indoor and outdoor track and field, and volleyball. Once again, in order for you to be able to play at Manor College in one of these things, my recommendation is that you actually get in touch with our athletic director or send an email to the coach. All the information is actually located on our website, okay, under, once again, the athletics website. Manor College is actually the home of the Blue Jays. And now the beauty about this, so to say, joining Manor in this upcoming semester or this upcoming year, 2021, is that we can offer you 4 years at Manor College. Something that we had in the past is that we were only able to offer a 2-year opportunity for the student athletes, not anymore. Right now, we actually are participating in 4-year sports, and our students can actually stay, once again, 4 years to get their bachelor's degree and play for 4 years at Manor College, which it builds a more competitive team, a more cohesive team. And once again, the level of that student athlete environment on campus, it's greater and greater, and we love to go and support our Blue Jays. Okay, now don't forget, okay, you can actually do a virtual tour. Now, some of you may say, you know what, I may want to go to campus, but we totally understand that COVID-19 has us in a different, once again, it's really difficult to visit places. Once again, and at Manor, we are offering campus visits, okay? They have to be by appointment only. You can go to manor.edu/visit. But if you don't have a chance to visit anytime soon, you can do the virtual tour. We have an awesome virtual tour on that. Once you actually click on it, you're going to be able to see a 360 view of our campus, and you're going to have a little, once again, voice over the videos and the pictures that we have. So once again, don't forget to go to manor.edu/visit, and that's where you're going to be able to see the virtual tour and our upcoming events on campus, okay? So the virtual tour is amazing. It's awesome. In case you have any questions, once again, you can schedule a virtual appointment with one of us, because we can actually walk you through the virtual tour in case you have any further questions or specific questions about your program of study, or any questions about different areas at Manor College, whether you're going to be living on campus or commuting. We can answer those questions with you one-on-one. Okay, and of course, you know, we want to be able to, we encourage questions. That's the one thing that we say at Manor. The more questions, the better. The college search process is actually extremely difficult. It's not easy. It is actually a big decision. Now, one thing that we tell our students, you have to have questions. Initially, some of you may say, you know what, I think I actually gathered all the information. But my recommendation for you is that you always come back with different questions and compare, right? Compare Manor College with other institutions, because we want to be able to give you all that information prior to enrollment. The reason that Manor College students succeed and we have, so to say, a really good graduation rate is because we answer all their questions prior to their enrollment. So don't forget to send us an email, nice and simple email at admissions@manor.edu. Now, some of you may not like to, once again, speak to someone via email, right? Going back and forth, just kind of like with your phone in front of you or with your laptop in front of you. You truly want to talk to a human being, right? That would be us. You're going to be on the phone with me. You're going to be on the phone with Katie, Mike, or Jess, or the other admissions counselors that we have at Manor, and give us a call, okay? Our phone number is actually 215-884-2216. And also, follow us on Instagram at Manor College. Now, one thing that you're going to be able to do once you go to the Manor College website, okay, you're going to be able to see our profile. And also, every single one of us has professional Instagram accounts. So don't be shy. Follow us on Instagram, okay? And at the same time, once you actually follow us on Instagram, we're going to be able to answer your questions right there. In case you don't have an Instagram account, you can follow us on Facebook as well. So that's the one thing that we want to be able to do for you. We want to be able to connect with you in every single way, shape, or form, because once again, your questions should be answered. Now, if you have any further questions, once again, we have a Q&A at the bottom. You can actually start typing your questions so we can actually respond to those questions and connect with you. That's the type of interaction that we want to be able to have. The one-on-one attention, because Manor College, we're small, we get to know you, and we get to know every single student that comes through our doors. Okay, it seems like that will do it for today. And I would like to thank PACAC, right? I would like to thank PACAC for giving us the opportunity to present to you and bring this presentation to your home on a Sunday night. Once again, thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to take a quick survey and sign up for more sessions. And of course, this recording will be available so you can actually get it.
Thank you so much, Daniel and Michael and Katie and Jessica. A wonderful presentation from Manor College. So thank you for joining us and being a part of our program. As Daniel said, you can fill out a quick survey at the end of the presentation. And also, if you'd like to watch this recording or sign up for additional sessions, you can do so at www.pacac.org/virtual. Have a great day, everyone.